We are. So, beautiful hot morning here in Durham. We're at the Durham Skate Park, and I'm going to try out the new Fifth Elements. Super excited. So, thanks everybody for joining in, and I'll be checking the live chat as much as I can. Please feel free to just drop comments in there. When I'm skating, though, I'll take breaks in between. So if you have questions, I'll do my best, but really look for times when I'm sitting down and I'll, I'll answer questions. Hold them until then. Thanks everybody for watching though, and hey, thanks for being part of the community. It's amazing to see so many rollerbladers out there. We're super small, but we're super strong. So go out and skate today if you can. If not, go out and skate tomorrow. It's super important. And thanks, my dog is feeling better. She woke me up around 4 a.m. Barking, feeling sick, and that kind of threw me off. So thanks for your patience. Here we go. Alright, can you see me right now? Yeah, alright. I'm gonna set up my camera so that I can do the thing. I've gotten pretty efficient at setting it up now, so I don't know what it is, but maybe the hundreds and hundreds of videos that I've done makes it easier for me. Oh, my friend Cliff is here. He just started skating, so he's having a good old time learning the ropes. Quick plug, since I'm not going to talk about it during the video, this is the last weekend for the Back to Blading Challenge. Get your backsides in. This is the time to do it. If you want to be part of the community, the blading community, get a backside. It's a really easy trick. Even if you do it on a curb, just give it a shot. You can learn it in a weekend. I know you can. All right, so here's my setup. This is my what's it called? Oops, where am I? This is my Yi 4K Plus. What it is a 4K action camera like a GoPro. Works really well for me. It's fairly cheap, and yeah, it uses external mic and everything else. Really great camera. I got new skates. So these are the UFS Roces Fifth Elements. And they look pretty great. So if you're an OG skater from the 90s, you probably remember the Roces Fifth Elements. They were probably released, I'm going to screw it up, but probably around 97, 98. They were the first major aggressive new shell from Roces. So Roces was the original manufacturer of the rollerblade skate, the actual rollerblade brand rollerblade skate, which looks and is the same shell as the Roces Majestic 12. It's that old lightning shell. They were the ones who made it back in the 80s. So Roces continued to progress, and then they saw that aggressive was a big deal, so they used that shell and they created the Majestic 12, which you can now get again. It was for a while the Valo V13, but it's just a very standard shell. Nothing super special about it. Then they realized that aggressive is actually going to make a lot of money. Let's make a dedicated aggressive skate. And the Fifth Element was that skate. But it's not this one. So this one is a reissue of the original style, but upgraded for the traditional, gotta redo that. So this is the UFS version of the Fifth Element. So the original Fifth Element that came out was not UFS. This was before UFS was a thing. And if you're not aware, UFS is the Universal Frame Standard. It's the thing that allows different frames to mount on different boots, so you can create the perfect setup. You can get a frame from one company and a boot from another company and put them together and they will fit. Before we had that standard, Roces came out with the Fifth Element, and they had their own way of replacing sole plates and frames. This is their first attempt at a Fifth Element that is UFS. So the styling is very similar to the old one. You've got this two-tone up top. You've got this really nice, like, light tan leather liner. But that's really where the comparisons end. The bottom sole plate is a completely new thing. So this was the old Valo light sole plate. So Roces spun off a company for aggressive called Valo. And Valo was managed by John Julio. A lot of the designs came from John Julio. This was available on a skate called the Valo Light. And it is a UFS sole plate. So that means that on the bottom of this sole plate, you've got two bolts, and you can mount whatever UFS frame you want to it. This sole plate mounts to this boot using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts. So it's secure on the boot. It's pretty secure. And then this frame mounts directly to the sole plate. This is a raised heel boot. So if I take out this liner, you'll see on the inside, it is plastic. So there's no internal shock absorber here. This is a raised heel boot, which means that the distance between the frame and the boot is all plastic. There's nothing squishy in there. My preference is for a flat boot with an internal shock absorber. This was a design that was popularized by Salomon. You can find it in the USD 7, the USD Carbon, the Seba CJ. There's a few other boots out there that are a flat mount, flat boot with an internal shock absorber. So I'm going to be really curious how this feels. I know that during testing they mentioned that there was some concerns about shock absorption, so Roces decided to come out with this huge insole. So this thing is their answer to a shock absorber, and rather than just putting the shock absorber in the back, they've got shock absorption all the way to the front. So this insole is super thick. It's a 2-ply insole. It has this little squishy memory foam sort of orange thing on top, and then it's got a more solid, maybe shock absorbing material on the bottom. It also has this little nubbin in the back to keep your heels from shocking. I don't think this makes much of a difference though, to be honest. So the biggest concern that I've heard with the Fifth Elements is on the sizing. So notoriously, the Roces Majestic 12, which was the Valo V13, has very weird sizing. Most people can't fit it. And Roces was aware of that. You know, when they came out with that shell, I think they made it a little narrow, but it stood the test of time. It was available for 30 plus years. So there were no complaints about the shell, but they wanted to make it a little wider maybe, so that they could sell it to more people. So this shell is actually a little bit wider than the Roces Majestic 12 is. Unfortunately, Roces has been putting out some weird social media with the sizing and trying to explain what the sizing feels like compared to a Majestic 12. I don't know what they were doing. It's just creating more questions than it really needs. This is a size 28.5, which is the same as every other 28.5 that I've tried on. So my foot is 28.5 centimeters. In case you didn't know, measuring your foot in centimeters is the best way to figure out what size you're supposed to wear. Most manufacturers put the measurements in centimeters as well as a size 10.5 or size 44. This is a 10.5 and 44, but it also says it's 28.5. And I put my foot in and it feels fine. This liner is extremely well built. The top is really nice and padded. It's clean. It's got this little neoprene thing in the front so that if your toes are a little longer, you can squish out without having any constraint. And to be honest, it feels exactly the same as my USD 7 28.5 or my them the median them 28.5. It just feels like a 28.5 skate. I don't know why there's so much confusion around this. So I think getting it your size is the way to go. Might be a little bit wider than a Majestic 12, but who cares? You know, if you're coming in skating a Majestic 12, maybe that's important. But you should always measure your skates, measure your feet, put your feet in the skates and see what they feel like. So the big question with these skates is, how do they perform? Is there going to be a noticeable difference between this and the Majestic 12, or this and the original Fifth Element? Now, I never skated the original Fifth Element, and I think that this is just this style. You know, it really doesn't have anything to do with the original Fifth Element. The sole plate's completely different, the frame's completely different. I think for looks, it's fine, it's the same. The lacing system, this is a dual injection plastic. So this part is a little squishier than this part. This is a harder, like the red area is harder than the black area, which should make a much better fit. But other than that, it's just like a Valo Light, which I'd never skated, but I've heard really good things. So I'm gonna give it through a few different grinds and few airs and see what I think. Hey! I've got a live stream, so be careful.
Cool.
You don't say anything bad.
Okay.
Hey everyone. So yeah, it feels good. Great skates. I think they're going to be really good. I don't know what comparison to make. You know, I think that they look kind of like a. I mean, they look just like a normal skate to me. To be honest, there's nothing special about them. I think the dual injection up top is going to make a better fit. But really, I mean, they look like normal skates. So. I know that people liked the Valo Lights. I'm really interested to see what these compare with the Valo Lights, but I don't have a pair of Valo Lights to compare them to. So, and yeah, this is Dylan. If you guys know, if you're in Durham, I'll be out here for another hour and a half or so. So come on down. We're gonna have a nice session. Hope to have some more people out here. So, all right, gonna get started.
This looks sweet.
Yeah, they look great.
I like the liner a lot.
The liner's super padded, it's
looks
clean,
like really
it looks really comfy, but...
Did you skate them yet?
No.
Obviously not. They're heavy though. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it.
The frames are always
Solid,
heavy.
you know?
Yeah, the frames
Feeling
are
the
heavier
landings.
than most.
Yeah. You upgraded the wheels too, right?
Nope.
Oh, these are stock?
Yeah.
I thought it came with those shitty, like, Roces.
Oh, the shitty Roces wheels?
Yeah.
No, these are the shittier Roces wheels. I don't know what these are.
Those ones are fine. I don't mind those.
The problem is, look at that.
The profile? Is he not into it?
No, I mean, the profile's fine. This is like the 50/50 profile, but as you can see, it's just like this weird, like if you look down here, it's like long.
Yeah, it is a little wonky.
I just don't understand.
Yeah, it's
how
kind
they
of
can
grooved. Sandal Club, Slides Club. They just got these things, man.
So now,
Changer.
those look great. I was at Marsh one day and I put on my Nikes and I left and I was like, yo, I've never been so jealous of somebody owning sandals.
I wear my Crocs. I don't care.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I forgot my Crocs,
I've never
though.
worn a Crocs so bad in my life.
Yeah. I forgot my Crocs today. I think my kids stole them so they could take the dog out for a walk. But yeah, I love my Crocs.
Are not breathable enough.
Yeah, I went in bot pants so I didn't have to wear jeans. And these are great.
You went and bought
I went in bot pants. I was like, I'm not wearing jeans. I just can't do it.
I gotta do it.
I love it.
I gotta get some pants like that.
They're great, dude. And by far the best thing about these is they have this little zipper pocket on the side. My keys fit in. Just right here.
That's perfect.
Zippers. A wallet also fits in there. Good
By the
stuff.
way, it is friggin' hot here today. It's
Hot,
already like
man.
90 degrees,
Brutal, dude.
so it's gonna be a really rough morning.
Can't wait to sweat.
Yeah, I'm already
Oh my
dripping,
God,
and all I've done is sit.
Had a little prep party last night.
Nice.
Got rowdy and it was back. We're gonna go skateboard. Never even know how to do it if I don't do it.
You got that 45-degree strap on the stems there, I see.
Yeah.
That's a good upgrade,
Interesting.
especially for big wheels.
Yeah.
That would be really handy, I
Do
think.
you, is it just on
All right,
the
here
strap?
comes the fit.
This is screwed right into it.
So one thing that I didn't mention is that the The 5th has the memory buckle that Roces had on the Majestic 12 and their other skates. The memory buckle is super nice. You've said it once, and then it just remembers how you need it to be.
Pretty much Lawrence at Apex skates one day, and I was like, damn, dude.
Let me do this. I'll put it live stream over here so you guys can see me putting them on.
And I think
Happy birthday! It's Cliff's birthday. What day's your birthday, Dylan?
What's that?
What day's your birthday?
August 5th.
That's my birthday.
What?
Hey!
What?
Happy birthday!
Aw, buddy.
It's a happy day. Look at us. Come out to Durham. So much going on here.
Special birthday boys.
That's right. It's birthdays. All right. Here we go. All right, so skates. The dual injection is really nice. It feels really good when you're tightening it up. It pulls in really nicely, and you can see that the red area just kind of stays up there. Super handy. All right, let's see how this works. Ooh, feels good. 28.5, man. I tell you what, I think it's crazy the amount of confusion that Roces is causing. Just get the size that you need. Now I might be, because I'm a 28.5, I know I'm in a special shell, which is just for the 10.5. But to be honest, these feel great. And I mean, the fit is fine. I don't remember having any issues with the V13s. They were a little snug on the width, so maybe that was it. Yeah, these are going to be great. Look down is a very classic look. Let me know if you have any questions while I'm setting up. The liner feels really great. One thing that Roces does really well is liners. I think you know, they've just been making them for so long. These things are clean. They look really good. The fit in the back is really nice. This squishy, like light tan stuff feels really good. And yeah, I've got plenty of room for my toes. I don't know. Again, I don't know that I would downsize, but I don't know that there's any issue with me, any weird sizing or anything like that. Oh, memory buckles, I missed you. They're so nice. All right. Feeling good. Feeling good. Take my my sweat towel out. This thing is great. Absorbs all the things. Put that helmet on. Long said he might be coming out, but
He's right there.
oh, is he here?
Hold up. Him and Grant.
Yay! More friends. It's gonna be a great session.
Yeah.
If you're on the live stream, tell your friends we're gonna have a lot of people out here, so it's gonna be a really good session. I'll set this live stream up so that you can see everything, and yeah, just ask questions. I'd love to make this a nice event. Tell your friends. Link in bio.
That's true. I could do
Like
that.
and subscribe.
I'm not particularly
Smash that bell. Shout out Joey.
I do have scissors.
All right.
Things look sweet.
A little bit of shake sound.
Yeah. No, they know it's out here. I'm out here like every day.
All right, I'm gonna set this up. Give you a quick tour of the skate park.
I was always like, yo, we can just demolish it, make it
Are we back? Say something if we're back. Yes? Back? Back. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Are we back? I see no comments. Somebody tell me we're back. Maybe they gave up. I think we're back. Oh my God. People are joining, so that's a good sign. Looks like we're back. It's back! Thank you all. All right. It is hot as F here, so I put the phone in the shade. It overheated. Long is here. It's going to be a great session. Come out to Durham, wherever you are in the world. Fly out here. We need more skaters in the triangle. Come on out. It's a little hot. All right. Gonna do a little warm up. Let the phone cool off. Thanks for joining the live stream. It's gonna be a good session. I'm gonna put it back here actually, so that there's more. You can see. There's Long. Oh, doing this thing. You do you, Long.
Scorpion pose. The live stream's really good.
I'm feeling it in my core.
Oh.
Stretching,
Get it in your groin.
you know.
You don't want to pull those groinials.
Yeah.
Oh.
Long, I brought these socks.
Hey, a day, baby. Say what? Yeah.
Sizing feels fine, Grant.
Yeah.
Maybe a little soupy, like a little more room than
Maybe be like.
I was expecting, but
I was like, that was something I was sort of thinking about a little too. It's like, what do you want from them? Like, they're
Right.
not gonna fit. Like
They're not gonna fit like that.
Like, they're
Yeah,
not supposed to.
yeah. That's exactly it.
Some people want, that wiggle room.
Yeah, for me, I mean, we'll see, right? Famous last words, but they feel okay. All right, few errors and see what they feel like. I'm getting some weird lateral, like just squishiness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
What is this frame is like bent a little bit onto the wheel or something? It looks like you just ground a little bit of the material into the wheel.
Yeah. It's like take the wheel out and bend it out.
Like a laser blade? Just like, put it out.
You don't have one.
Is there a way to like share your live stream on my story or something?
There's a YouTube link. It's on YouTube Live.
Oh, you're on YouTube Live.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I'm everywhere.
I'm everywhere, baby.
YouTube
like
Live
the
is
plague.
the best place because it's easier for everybody to get to.
yeah, but you can't really punch the link.
How you doing, man?
I'm alright.
Yeah, I know.
No,
It's a link is in my bio.
I didn't actually.
Okay.
That might be the way to do it.
I'm feeling a little groggy.
Want to do what? Hey everyone, it's friggin' hot. So these skates feel very weird. I'm gonna get to it with the thing. Actually, let me move you guys so that you can see when I'm talking, okay? All right, can you see me? Yeah, all right. All right, so these are the size 44, which are 28.5. My foot is 28.5, so these should be perfect for me. And the fit is perfect. I might have a little bit more room than I did in my USD 7, and a little bit more room than I did in my Them 908. The difference is that this liner versus the 908 has that neoprene in the toe, so I can actually adjust a little bit in front and back, versus the stock 908 liner that was just material in the front, so there was no moving around there.
So you can slide off
The fit is a little weird, so I feel like there's a lot of wiggle like laterally, which is probably going to be really good for topside tricks, but it's not great for skating bowls or transitions or carving or, heaven forbid, putting big wheels on these things. I definitely have that feeling of like I'm moving back and forth more than I should. I think the sizing is going to make, or the size adjustment is going to make a difference with my buckle. I really got to dial that in, and the nice thing about these is they have the memory buckle. So the memory buckle allows you to just set your size, and then every time it just does it. So you don't have to count the clicks. You don't have to, with Velcro, cinch it up and then cinch it up again when the Velcro expands. Like, it's a really great idea. So if anything, the memory buckle is a great add to this. I'm skating the stock setup, and this is the Roces frame, which was the old Valo frame, and the Roces 60 millimeter wheels. They're rated at 93A. I don't know if they're 93A, but they sure are hard. Like, I could feel myself just kind of slipping out when I push hard. I can feel every vibration, and it being a large frame, I think it's a large frame. It's a really long wheelbase from 1 to 4, which means that my turning radius is very long. It makes it hard to turn, and I'm feeling every crack and every crevice. Maybe after skating flat for so many weeks, it's more noticeable, but I did skate anti-rocker the last couple of sessions, so I should be fairly close to it. The wheels themselves, there's a little I don't know if it's a weird pore or what, but there's this little divot in one of the wheels on each of the skates. So when I'm skating, I feel like this, kind of like if you're skating. I don't know if you drive in the United States, but on the side of the freeways, there's these little markers on the freeway in case like a truck driver gets sleepy and pulls off and he goes like that to wake you up. That's what it feels like, and that's not a good feeling. Hard wheels and anti-rocker and little miss pour. This is not going to be a great setup for me, but I'm going to give it a try. All right, here comes some grinds. God, it's so hot. Y'all don't even know. I'm hiding in the shade today because it's so hot. Do y'all have any questions? I'm back. If you've got any questions, I'm going to go get my water. Please feel free to leave a comment. I'm going to get my water and I'll be right back. Grinder blading. All right, let me set up this ledge real quick. How did you get Long to come to Durham? Chris Crowder is calling you out, Long. He's like, how did you get Long to come to Durham? I was going to say, Chris, that he knew you weren't going to be here, but
Grant made
that
me.
would be really mean.
Grant made me.
No, Grant wanted to check out the park. Chris, we love you. I wish you could come out. We'll have to session Sunday night if I can get out of here. All right. I'm going to set up the ledge. This is a pretty good setup. Yeah, it looks good. All right, we had a good session. Let me set it up over here. They're sessioning this scoop, so I'll set it up over here so you guys can watch something while I get the ledge ready.
I can't like drop into it, thank you, right?
Very tight. Very tight.
Go. Stop.
All right, gonna hit the ledge. Let's see how these feel. There we go.
I don't understand that thingy.
This? That's the fun of this
Is
part.
it weird?
Yeah.
That's what's so fun about it,
fun.
is not knowing
It's a
what
lot
to
of
do.
fun skating rocker. Because you really just like,
I still wish it wasn't so close.
yeah.
And then that thing's really deep to get the speed.
No, they need to make it like a little bit bigger.
It's like skating street, you know?
It's not gonna be
Where you're
perfect.
like, this is imperfect, but I'm gonna
I'm gonna adapt. That was funky.
It'd be cool if you could go somewhere.
Yeah, like a float somewhere.
You can go back and forth, Grammy.
It's not like a mini ramp. Like, if you
Go up and then down. Yeah. That's a good one.
Go the other way.
The other way. Oh.
Whatever happened to Andy? Is he still around?
Oh, I guess I could. If I really wanted to. Can't get the line right. Hit him with the boot drag. Can't play boot drag. Solid.
Yeah, they feel solid.
Yeah. Done. Slidey.
Yeah, slick.
More slippery than usual. Here's what you want to do. Yeah. Got him. Got him.
Try and go slow.
Pointy bits at the end aren't scary at all.
The what?
Pointy bits at each end.
Sharpen. Oh.
It's so fast.
Yeah, it's really fast.
All right. Are we still on? So if you're just tuning in, we're out here at Durham Skate Park. It's Long Tontat from Oak City. Grant Hazelton's visiting, doing his East Coast tour. Dylan's here and Cliff is here. It is Cliff's birthday, so everybody, well, yesterday was, but it still counts. Everybody wish Cliff a happy birthday. All right. Woo! All right, they feel really solid. So Soul Tricks, you know, that's kind of my go-to warm-up, and I felt like maybe it's because the sole plate is attached in so many different ways that this sole plate is really just part of my foot. It's very different than skating the Seba or skating something where the sole plate isn't like firmly attached. Maybe it just has two bolts, like the I think the USD Carbon are like that. But these feel great. Definitely wide enough. If anybody was curious, I felt that they were wide enough compared to the Majestic 12s or the V13s that I used to skate. I'll have to do a comparison, but I don't think that there's any issues with the width. Fast, I mean, this is pretty waxed right now, so I'm not really testing the speed of these, but definitely no noticeable slowdown. You know, the USD Aeons that I had, the 60s, the white ones, they felt a little slow. These feel just fine. You know, it is hot, and the wax is probably caked on top that I put on, so that's probably helping. right. Oh my God. Back. Let me move this. I'm starting to lose my son. All right, y'all. It is so hot out here, but skates are feeling good. I don't have any noticeable problems. Lung just died, but I don't have any problems. It is just so hot. Sorry that there's not a lot of skate. It's just gotta take time. You imagine the camera overheating, imagine us. It's just too much. All right. All right, Royales feel amazing. Not gonna lie, they feel great. Front Royale, didn't really know what to expect, you know, because I never skated the Valo Lights, but the sole plate feels, you know, effortless. It's kind of, I'm not sure if this is what they modeled the them 908 off of. I know that John had a lot of influence in the Valo Light, so I think he knows that small grooves are the way to go. You just need a little divot. You know, a lot of sole plates have really deep grooves. A lot of sole plates have really deep grooves for Royales, and that can make the Royale angle to be way too low for me. You really got to squat, you know, especially if you're skating frames that aren't like super low profile, like 50/50 frames or something like that. But these feel great. Absolutely no problems. The run up here is a little limiting, so my back Royale didn't have the speed that I like, but I definitely had the stability that I'm used to, which is saying something. Back Farv, back Unity, you know, those are usually tricks that I reserve for skating anti-rocker. These skates come anti-rocker, so it was easy to just jump on and slide. Felt really good though. Absolutely no concerns. I think the Royale groove is really good on these. All right, it's been a while. I'm gonna try some topsides, just for you. Oh my God. All right, y'all. Any questions that I can answer? So, my opinion, these are pretty great for Royales. I don't know if anybody out there has skated the Valo Lights. I think it's the same sole plate. If not, it's very similar, maybe with a little bit of a modification to fit this boot. But that little divot in the sole plate makes a huge difference, and I feel like, thanks Sam. I feel like the divot was enough to give me the confidence to really sit on it, and when I sat down on it, I mean, I didn't want to come off. A lot of these Royales, I mean, I could just sit and just, I mean, I went all the way off the ledge. So if the ledge was longer, if the run up were better, I mean, I feel like I could just sit on for days. So I'll definitely hit the rail a little bit later and some down ledges to test it out. All right, here comes some top sides. It's been weeks since I've tried any, so give it a few falls. But I think I'll nail the first one, and then I'll miss the next 5.
About to try with us?
I'd love to. I am too old. My knees are shot.
Yeah.
You're definitely.
That's all of us.
Yeah.
I will admit.
Man, I wish I could.
I will admit, if you are into inline skating, like it's one of the least jarring things.
I used to do it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely. I have my skates. But I need to upgrade for sure. Actually, this looks very cool. It looks like they could.
And there's a lot of greenways and stuff. You know, you could burn like 800, 900 calories an hour.
So, well, they. Oh, you got your blades on too, actually. But this has been here forever. So, is there any talk of them kind of maybe expanding it? You know, probably not. Too bad. Great place for people.
Usually with skate parks like this in the city, they just build, you know, whatever they can, and then they just say that's it. We probably won't address it again.
You at all these different places around the world. I'm telling you, they allow more activities like this to exist because it gets people out from the spot and makes the heartbeat of the city better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here not causing any trouble.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
Buddy. We'll go for it. We'll go for it.
Yeah, inline skating is actually very cool.
Yeah. It's not as popular as it used to be.
Not at all. I got into it when it was just starting.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah, is that right? Funny.
So cool.
That was a complete knee buster. That was very cool. It was a complete knee buster. What this guy's doing right here, actually.
Yeah. That's actually the most common injury that a lot of the inline skaters will have.
Clearly. They have one of these in Apex too, actually.
Yeah.
And I think that's a pretty good one, actually.
That
I think
one's
there's a lot more
really
kids.
Careful, honey.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That one's a lot nicer.
Yeah.
But it'll probably be the only one that they'll see too. It's just kind of like, but it's nice. We go there a lot.
Yeah. This is a bit harder. Really fun. Okay, we won't be talking about you, but we're going to be watching.
That looks so scary.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just leaving.
Totally looks like a lot of fun. Maybe we should get out of here. These guys go.
Hop up. Hop up.
Up.
These guys are all spectators. That looks good. That's a cool move.
All right, I'm gonna give it up. I'm too tired and I'm gonna run out of battery, so I'm gonna hit a few different things. Maybe try it again later, but I just don't have the patience today. To their credit, even though my angle is wrong, they do feel like super sloppy. So it would be probably really easy to do topsides if I were better at topsides, but I'm not. So, all right, I'm gonna set it up down there and do a couple royals. I'll be right back.
My tone was slightly different.
All right, just about to wrap up, just in case I don't make it. Battery died in the camera as I was finishing, so I think I'm gonna kill the live stream so I can just skate a little bit. If you have more questions about the Fifth Element, please check out Gear Talk on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be talking about the Fifth and making sure that I answer every question. Alan, give Grant a high five for me for his Jump Street interview. I will. He's a great dude. Really, really stoked to finally meet him. Yeah, it's great to have so much diversity in blading. You know, it's an amazing community that nobody really cares about you so long as you have rollerblades on. You know, just skate, and everything else is insignificant. So super, super happy to have him here. All right, I'm gonna head out, skate a little bit here, but my battery's dead, so I'm just gonna kill it. And I'm overheating, and I don't want you guys to just watch me sweat. Gear Talk on Wednesday. I'll go through everything. If you have questions, feel free to leave comments in this live stream, or hit me on the Instagram or Facebook. And thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it.